Ambassador Factor.
What's up, all my movie-loving maniacs? It's your boy Bangful B of The Last Factor, and today I'm going to talk about M3gan 2.0, which was released in theaters over the weekend. I went to the theater to go see it, so let's review. So M3gan 2.0 is the sequel to the surprisingly good first film back from 2023. Gemma still has custody of her adopted niece, and at the same time, she's trying to right the wrongs for everything that she essentially caused in the first film. We all remember Megan, the little killer AI doll that misunderstood her directive, or at least understood from a certain point of view. They defeated her, but now they bring her back because there's this new android that has the same AI model after Megan that has gone rogue, and so they enlist the help of Megan, give her an upgrade so that they can defeat this new android. Now, like I said, I liked that first film. It was one of my favorite films of 2023. It was surprisingly good, but of course, we all remember the viral marketing behind it with her doing all the weird dancing. But what I love most about the movie is that it also has something to say about processing your grief and dealing with how children have become so attached to their technology as a means to cope or grief. Plus, the movie was fun and funny. And the movie was successful enough to warrant a sequel, but I remember seeing all the trailers, and initially I thought, okay, this looks fun, but at the same time I saw the writings on the wall. This pretty much moves away from the horror aspect of it, which I also liked about the first movie, and this movie is kind of going more so in an action comedy type of direction, but mostly action. It's kind of like how what Alien is to Aliens. The first movie had more of an emphasis on horror, whereas with Aliens had more of an emphasis on action. Plus, it also looked like it was taking a page from Terminator 2 Judgment Day, in which the villain from the first movie is now all of a sudden the good guy, and that's what they seem to be doing with M3gan 2.0. And how do I feel now that I've seen it? I enjoyed it, but not as much as the first film. And all the reasons that I said about the trailer for this movie is what kind of brings this movie down for me. It's basically the tone shift, and I was open to the tone shift. I was open to basically the movie going from being a horror film to an action flick and giving Megan some kind of redemption arc. In the same way, the first film had something to say about processing grief and how kids have become reliant on technology and how that's become a inheritance to parenting. This movie had something to say about AI and trying to regulate AI and safety protocols for it. All that sounds good, but I think what ultimately brings the movie down for me is that the movie kind of got lost in itself with particularly who the true villain is in this movie, which I'm not going to spoil. And then it also kind of got lost in itself with all the AI stuff. All that being said, there's still fun to be had in this movie. The action is good. Despite the fact that this and the last film were PG-13, it does make good use of it. And like I said, Megan's arc in this movie kind of mirrors the T-800 from Terminator 2. It was the villain, well, kind of was the villain in the first film, and now here she is trying to be the hero. Plus, it's always just fun watching her be smart and snarky to everybody in this movie. All the returning cast return in this film. Allison Janney, who returns as Gemma. She's the aunt taking care of Katie, once again played by Violet McGraw. And I even like what they do with her in this film because she's a little bit older now, and so she kind of has her own personality and starting to clash with Allison Janney's character Gemma because she is basically becoming a teenager now, and then at the same time she still thinks that there's some good to be had within Megan. And Katie is essentially the bystander to everything that Gemma is doing within this movie. And there's also Amelia, who is the android that Megan fights in this movie. She's played by Ivana Shachno. The only other thing that I've seen her in was she played the evil apprentice in the Ahsoka TV show from a few years ago. But she's great here, though every time she popped on screen, I kept thinking that was Elizabeth Olsen, and it's not. Well, clearly, the first film is the better film, but if you go to the theater to see this, I'd say you'll walk away feeling like you had a good time, but at the same time, it's not the end of the world if you wait for this to hit Peacock. I'm going to give M3gan 2.0 a very low thumbs up emoji. Thank y'all so much for watching. Have you seen M3gan 2.0? If so, let me know what you think in the comment section below. This your boy Thankful B of The Last Factor. Stay safe, wash your hands, peace.